Hi everyone. In this session, we are going to explore something really powerful, the Business Eventing Toolkit for SAP. This is all about enabling your systems to react in real time to what's happening in your business, making you more agile and responsive. SAP Eventing is key to this, allowing different parts of your organization to communicate seamlessly. Today, we'll see how this toolkit unlocks the potential of your SAP events within the innovative environment of Google Cloud, looking at its core features, the tangible benefit it offers, and of course, showcasing it through some practical demonstrations. So let's get introduced to our key tool, the SAP Business Eventing Toolkit. Think of this as your fast track to connecting your SAP world with the power of Google Cloud events. Here's what makes it so effective. First, it offers you easy event capture. You can grab hold of any SAP event without needing to be an ABAP guru. This really lowers the barrier for a lot of organizations. Second, it standardizes cloud events. So we take your SAP data and speak the universal language of the cloud, which is cloud events. This ensures smooth integration with the whole range of Google Cloud services and beyond. Third, we offer flexible routing. You can decide where your events go. It can go to PubSub for messaging, Cloud Functions for on-demand processing, workflows for automation, or even connecting to other apps with integration connectors. It has an extensible design. As your needs grow, so can the toolkit. It's built to adapt and connect to new targets easily. It also offers you avenues for payload modification, where if you need to tweak the data before its use, you can customize and enrich your event information. And the best part, this is designed to be straightforward, no code or low code configuration, which makes it incredibly easy to manage and set up your SAP event integration. The toolkit acts as a central hub for managing and distributing your different SAP events into your Google Cloud environment, making things truly seamless. First, it offers universal SAP connectivity. Whether it's a standard SAP object event, a change document, something from an REP event, or an IDOC, or even a custom event, we have got you covered with easy-to-use expandable connectors. We offer broad Google Cloud publishing, so getting your events into Google Cloud is just as easy. We have provided built-in support for key services like PubSub, Cloud Functions, integration connectors, and Firebase Cloud Messaging. And finally, we have simplified management, where we are trying to make things easy, and a user-friendly interface lets you manage your event flows without needing to dive into the complex code or becoming an SAP event expert. With that, let's delve a bit deeper into a crucial aspect of the Business Eventing Toolkit, which is the standardization it brings to cloud events. Now, why is standardization so important in the first place? As we have touched upon, SAP events come in a multitude of different formats. This lack of common standard creates significant challenges when you are trying to integrate with the cloud services. Different formats mean more complexity in development, reduced interoperability between the systems, and ultimately more development time spent by your development teams. This is where Cloud Events comes in as a solution. Cloud Events is a vendor-neutral standard specifically designed for describing event data. It provides a common and consistent format that fosters true interoperability between different systems and platforms, regardless of their underlying technology. And the great news is that Google Cloud Platform has fully embraced cloud events. This commitment enables seamless integration across various services. What this means is that you can effortlessly use your cloud events with powerful services like PubSub, Eventarc, Cloud Functions, and many more. A prime example of this synergy is Eventarc. Eventarc is a serverless event bus on Google Cloud, and it truly shines when working with cloud events. With Eventarc, you can easily ingest events from a wide range of sources. You can deliver these events reliably to your chosen target services within Google Cloud, and ultimately simplify the entire development process for your event-driven applications. By standardizing on cloud events, the Business Eventing Toolkit ensures that your valuable SAP events can be seamlessly integrated with the broader an incredibly powerful Google Cloud ecosystem. Finally, let's take a look under the hood at the overall architecture of the Business Eventing Toolkit. As you can see in this diagram, it comprises of several key layers and components that work together seamlessly to enable efficient and scalable business eventing with your SAP systems on Google Cloud. So here are the core components. First, we have the SAP Event Listener. This is the component that directly captures those critical business events as they occur within your SAP system. Think about a new sales order being created. The Event Listener is there to grab that information. Next, we have the Cloud Event Processor. Now, once that SAP event is captured, this processor steps in to transform that raw SAP event data into the standardized Cloud Events format we just discussed. This ensures consistency and ease of consumption by Google Cloud services and beyond. Then we have the Event Routing Manager. This intelligent component acts as the traffic controller, ensuring that your events are directed to the correct Google Cloud service based on the rules and configurations you define. Crucially, we also have an enhancement point. Before an event is published to Google Cloud, you have an option to modify or enrich its payload using your own custom logic. This allows you to add valuable context or tailor the data as per your specific downstream applications. And finally, we have the publisher. This component securely delivers your standardized cloud events to your chosen Google Cloud services, whether that's PubSub for messaging, Cloud Workflow for orchestration, Cloud Functions for serverless processing, or even HTTP webhooks for connecting to external systems. This well-defined layered architecture provides a robust and highly scalable foundation for building powerful event-driven applications that leverage your valuable SAP data. Now that you have a solid understanding of the toolkit and its architecture, let's move on to our first live demonstration to see it all in action. So the Business Eventing Toolkit comes in with the ABAP SDK and you can download it on the download portal. This is nothing but a sub-package in the ABAP SDK itself, as you can see here. So let's go to SPRO and have a look at the bunch of configurations it offers. So in here I have the ABAP SDK node, and we have the Business Eventing Toolkit related configurations. First up, let's try and configure the context attributes for cloud events. We talked about the cloud event standardization. This is where we configure a cloud event key and its related attributes. So let's start by creating a new entry. We'll provide a cloud event key, CE key _ demo. I'll leave ID as blank as this is an optional field and I expect it to be auto-generated. Let's just provide a source as SAP S4HANA TOC, which is my system ID. You can also give the cloud event type. So I'm just putting something like material.created here. Specification, I'll leave it as blank. This will be auto-populated as 1.0. We also have a bunch of context attributes like data schema, subject, and content type. I'll save this information and go back. So now that we have configured the cloud event attributes, the next step is to configure the Google Cloud targets for this event. To do this, we go into this node for configuring the Google Cloud targets. In here, we can specify one or multiple targets as per our needs. So let's start by creating a new entry. We provide the event key. This is something which we use as an identifier. Now, as you can see on the screen, we have provided 4 inbuilt targets. One is to Cloud Function, then we have for integration connectors, we have FCM and PubSub. So in order to select the target, we need to select the appropriate processor class here. Let's just say PubSub for now. We also provide the key name. This is nothing but the client key which we have configured for authentication purposes. For each of the different publishers, we also have specific parameters which we need to maintain. So for example, here for PubSub, we need to maintain what your topic is. So that is what I'm maintaining in here. I'll leave the event parameter 2 and 3 blank for this case. We also need to provide a cloud event key. This is an optional attribute, but let's just use the one which we just configured. cloud events support two types of encoding, structured and binary. We support both of them. So we'll see an example of both of these encodings. So for PubSub, let's just say the encoding is structured, and for the next target, we can consider this as binary. Now with that, we'll create a new line item which will send this to the same event to a different target. Let's say we want to send it to Cloud Functions. So with Cloud Functions, we also need to provide the cloud event, the Google Cloud key. So this is the client key which we have already configured and set up. Then for the Cloud Function, we also need to set up, basically configure a few parameters. So here we are providing event parameter 1, 2 and 3. 1 here is basically the name of the Cloud Function. 2 is the location where it is hosted. And finally, the HTTP method type. So I also want to post something in the body. So I'm using the post method type. And for the cloud event key, we'll use the same cloud event key which we had configured, but this time the encoding can be binary. Now we'll save this information, and with that I'll go back. So these are the two targets which we have configured. You can also configure other targets as we earlier discussed. Now with that, let's see an example of how you can utilize BOR or ABAP class events. So with this configuration in place, the next step is to configure the listener for the business object. So here we create a new entry wherein we provide the object type. So here we are using a material object type. We'll provide the event. We are using material created for the purposes of this demo, and for the name of the receiver, let's just say Google, and we provide an event key that was earlier configured by us. So this is where we provide the event key demo. And finally, the processor class is used for writing any additional logic. We talked about the payload manipulation, so this is where the processor class comes in, where you can write an additional logic to update the payload as per your requirements. So we'll not be providing a processor class for now, and with this, let's just save this information. With that, we'll go to the SAP standard transaction, which is SWE2. This is where you create event type linkages. So I already have an entry created here. I'll just show this to you. So here we have the business object category as a BOR object type. We have provided the same object type, which is the material event created, the same receiver type which we configured, and in the linkage settings we provide the receiver call as a method, and this is where we plug in the pre-built Google provided class. This is what is going to be responsible for sending this event forward. So this data is already saved, and now let's try and create a material and see what happens. So I go to MM01 and try and create a new material here. So let's say test material 2. And we can provide in the mandatory details. Just provide a description. So here the base unit of measure is also a mandatory field. So with that, I'll save this. Now that the material is saved, here I have a subscription which is linked to the same topic which we have configured in our router settings. So as you see, when I do a pull, we have the same event data come in here. We get the business object type as well, which is the BOR event type. You get the event name which is created. You get a bunch of other details like who was the user that created it, date, timestamp, etc. And if you notice, we are also providing with the cloud events details, right? If you remember, PubSub was something which we marked as a structured cloud event. So the ID gets auto-populated, the source and other stuff kind of come in from the configuration which we have maintained. And we also have the data, which is the payload. This comes in as a default data, but using the processor class, we can also update this as required. with that, let's go back to the second target, which is a cloud function. So this is the cloud function which is hosted in US Central 1. I'll just look at the logs in here. So looking at the request headers, you see that you have the object key, test material 2, which was just created, on the object type, and all the other details. These are prefixed with CE hyphen. If you remember, this was encoded as binary, so these values go into the request headers itself. I'm just printing it out from the program here, and we have all the different cloud event attributes. The time is an optional attribute which gets automatically triggered, and in the request body we also have the data which comes in through the BOR event which was raised. So with that, we were able to send a business object event to multiple targets, and from here you can use it for your downstream processes. Now let's move on to the next demo, which is how you can consume IDOC events. So for IDOC events, we need to create a new configuration. So this is the IDOC map, wherein we provide the basic type of the IDOC. So let's say MACMIS 05. You can specify the direction of the IDOC, let's say outbound, and the event key. We'll use the same event key, and the processor class, again the logic remains the same. If you need any additional processing or payload manipulations, you can use this event processor class. For now, let's just skip it and save this. Now, as a one-time exercise, what we also need to do is we go to this. We need to enable a baddie. So here I'm going to SC18. I'll just show you the baddie for a moment. So here, this is IDOC data mapper. This is a standard baddie that gets triggered for every incoming and outgoing IDOCs. So you need to create a Z implementation of this. So as an example, I have created this Z implementation here, and what we need to do is, for the implementing class, this we provide a pre-built Google implementation. So this class needs to be configured here. Now that's pretty much it. With that, let's see this in action. So I'll go to WE19 and I'll use an existing IDOC. I have everything kind of pre-populated here. As you see, we have this data pre-populated. We'll go to standard outbound processing and start this processing. So this IDOC was successful and sent to the program. It's 1:30 and it's saved in the database. Now let's just look at the status. Go to W05 and check the status of this IDOC, 1:30. So this is the status is successful. Now let's go back to my targets. So here I have the pub sub target. So I'll just do a pull, and there it is. If I have a few new events coming up. So this is the IDOC event that got triggered to PubSub. We have the cloud event attributes, and in the data we have the entire IDOC. So you see the doc num 130 and the different segments. Currently it's just providing all the segments, but you can use the processor to kind of refine this further as per your business needs. Now let's go to cloud functions and check this as well. So let's just do a pull, and in here also we have received some data. So if I see the request headers, again I have the ID, source and everything. If I look at the request body, we have the doc number 130. So this is available to us. We also have the different segments and the data within. So yeah, there you have it. The data from IDOCs was also sent to different targets. Now finally, let's take a look at RAP events and how this works. So for RAP, we are providing an out-of-the-box generator for you to get things started. This is available on GitHub, and you can download this program from GitHub. So here I have this already in my system. So there's the program and I can run this. This is where I need to specify my REP entity details. So I'm just using the product, which is again nothing but the material. We can choose the event created, the event key which we have been using, and you can also provide a generated class name. So let's just say ZCL product ext. We can provide a package. For now I'll just keep it in temp and then execute. So once I execute, a class gets generated. So we get this message, class was created. Now I'll go into Eclipse and show you how the class looks like. So I'll just open the same class, and in here this gets created in an abstract final class, which is to handle the events of this REP entity. And in here within the local types, you also see that there is a class, local class, that gets implemented. This is for implementing the event handling behavior. So we have a new method which is onCreated, and this utilizes this publish event method, which is nothing but a publisher module, to kind of capture this event and send relevant data. Now that we have this REP event created, let's do a third demo and create a new material. Provide the description, the base unit of measure, and let's save it. So once this material has been saved, I can go back to PubSub and do a fresh pull. I'll sort it by publish time. So there I have it. You see, we get the cloud event attributes plus the product type, and product category. These are again attributes which come from the REP entity. So you have this test material, product type, and the product category. Now let's also check the same in your other target, which is the cloud function. Let's go to cloud function and retrieve the new logs. So in here we can also see some new logs for this REP event. There you have it, the product, test material 3, product type, category, all the cloud event attributes. So that's how easy it is to kind of utilize the Business Eventing Toolkit. Alright, that was the Business Eventing Toolkit for SAP in action through 3 demonstrations. As we witnessed, the toolkit offers a streamlined path to connect your SAP environment with Google Cloud using real-time business events. First, with the Business Object Event demo, we saw how easily core business object events can be captured and utilized within Google Cloud. Next, in our demonstration, we focused on IDOC Events. We illustrated how even established SAP integration methods like IDOCs can become powerful triggers for your downstream processes. And finally, with the REP event demo, we showcased how modern ABAP development with REP can seamlessly integrate with Google Cloud's event-driven capabilities. The key takeaway is that this toolkit, with its ease of use, cloud event standardization, and flexible Google Cloud routing, empowers you to build responsive and integrated applications, leveraging various SAP sources like BOR events, IDOCs, and REP. This enables real-time interactions, process automations, and deeper insights from your SAP data within Google Cloud. Hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you for your time.